Hello, everybody. It is us, it is me, Mr. Olistram, your host, producer, and play-by-play today. And we have well, I want to say we have a new face here, but first of all, you probably know him. Second of all, this is not a face, this is just his Discord logo. But anyways, I want to introduce for today iCamper. Feel free to talk a little bit about what you're doing here.
Hello. Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here today. I will be the color caster for today. I hope I will do my job well, because it's my first time doing color casting in English, and in German I haven't done it that many times as well. But yeah, I think we will get this done. And yeah, my role in this whole situation is I'm the team leader of Pandaric, and yeah, I'm hoping to see 2 victories today, obviously, and yeah, let's see where we are going.
Exactly. So today, it is the the website is in German, so technically it's not division anymore. It is what is it even called? I think you can't say division anymore. I know that much. Either way, it is the 5th game day, if I'm not completely mistaken. No, wait, the 4th. No, the 3rd. Oh my god, I am completely mistaken. We still have... Yeah.
It's a little bit messed up since it's the official 3rd match day, but we already have played, I guess, the 4th match day. It's a little bit mixed since we had some issues with finding schedules with our enemies. But yeah, officially this is the 3rd match day. And I even believe it's actually... No, this is... Wait, now I need to check. Now I think I messed it up myself.
Classic.
Yeah, it is actually really confusing. But yeah, it's our 3rd match this split, and let's just call it the third match day, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, you can always... How do we properly say this, without being mean to anyone? You can not fake not being able to play, but that if you want to take a bit more time, just due to unfortunate coincidence, you cannot be ready in the first few weeks. You can let all the other teams play. Meanwhile, you yourself, you can still practice. You can look at the enemy drafts. Again, you would never do that on purpose, of course, guys. Guys in the chat, don't do it on purpose. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be honest. Always play on Sunday if you can. Cough. You ever saw something like that happen? Because I for sure have.
Oh, I mean, we had some interesting things happening already in the Prime League, and with schedules finding, and it was a nightmare in the back in the day already. But this split also is kinda rough finding schedules. Especially with one team, we had many issues. We had 30 messages going back and forth just to find a schedule, and yeah, it's quite a bit annoying, this split. But I hope from this point onward we will get a little bit easier on the schedule finding, and yeah, I'm looking forward to find better things.
Yeah, 2 wins, right?
Oh yeah, obviously.
So, the team a little bit. How are we going to win today? What will the deciding factor, the deciding pick, the deciding champion, the deciding player be, in your opinion?
Oh, that's hard to say, actually. Knowing all of our players, every one of them has the skill to take over the game individually, and Soap is strong on side lane champions or top lane in general. Hanu Bulson is able to play fast-paced jungle as well and lead the team to a victory as well, especially in combination with Ali17, who is great together with him. Atomic is very consistent on his mid lane, and yeah, Senny is our strong mechanical player. So it's hard to say who will take the game over, because they always have some new strategies or strategies for the enemies. So it's hard to say, but we just have to see what they cooked.
Oh, they are cooking, you say? Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm getting
many
hungry
times,
now. I'm
many times. Like not every time, but often.
Well, is it? I don't know. Is it time for Ivern mid lane, Rengar support, or something like that, or like not cooking that exquisite?
No, it's not that exquisite.
Oh, I'm sad now. That would be fun. But you kind of still want to win, right? And to be fair, stuff like that can work. But there's a reason why it is sometimes not played unless your coach is called LS. So.
Oh yeah. Let's get you as a coach, like for one game. I think that would be awesome. Like not for the Prime League, but for a scrim. I think that if you can cook so well, I think that would be kind of funny.
Oh, there's a
At
reason
least
why.
for 1 or 2 games.
There's a reason why my girlfriend calls me Flexmaster 9000. You know, that's a. And with girlfriend, I meant my lonely solo queue depression, of course.
Oh, I see. Yeah, oh, yeah, of course.
That is the absolute classic. I'm married to the game. No, honestly, I've been clean for a while. I like to watch, but I do not like to rage queue game after game. How's your journey right now in the Rift?
Well, actually, I've kind of stopped playing ranked or like League in general for a lot because the last split when we still had promotions between like when you switch from Emerald to Diamond, for example, I got ran down like 5 times in my Diamond promotion, and yeah, the last rundown was it for me. I just quitted solo queue in that moment. Like I was just done.
Yeah, that is sadly relatable. I did just explain what a Disco Nunu is a few days ago. It's a fun concept. If you don't really know what League is and you're like, yeah, you have to watch out. The feared, the myth, the Disco Nunu is a thing in some elos.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Unfortunately, it can be found in every elo, but it's rare.
It's rare indeed. I mean, honestly, I think League is at a fun point. Of course, the community could always be a little bit better, but that's just what happens, right? When you have this competitive game where people put a lot of time and emotion into, you will get the worst out of every human being. Sometimes, you know, it's a little bit like you're in traffic. You know, it's basically the same, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, as soon as you have a PvP-based online game, like it's bound to get toxic at some point. Like, there's just no way around it because everyone has his own opinions on how to do things, especially in a team game like League of Legends. It's bound to get toxic and at some points, but you should look to get to a point where you're at. Where you can have your toxicity at a low point, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The Lulu bot is already at it.
I mean, in theory, in just a few minutes, we would get a free win, question mark?
Yeah, like 2015, if one team doesn't have 5 players showing up, then we would get a free win, yes.
Yeah, so we are, you know, here waiting, as we say in Germany. We hit the time to death or something like that. Oh wait, there's a player. There's a Shox.
There he is. Nice.
Wait, we lost. This guy is level 1121. That is higher than our highest level. So that obviously means that
we can't win.
Yeah, we are at a huge disadvantage here. Oh man. No, but I think again in general, League is at a very fun state right now. I mean, just looking at
yeah,
the
it
worlds,
definitely has been worse.
do you mean has been worse? I'm having fun. I feel like a lot of things are viable. But I'm a jungle main, so whenever it's not just like, I don't know, when there was only an Udyr Hecarim meta and you only played those two picks, and I'm like, yeah, it gets kind of boring after, you know, a few days, weeks even. Yeah, that is something that happens sometime. But you know what? We are also in Champ Select, finally. And we will be having a red side draft, a 5-meal dinner. And we will have Pandaric cooking against Team Elite Ice on the blue side. And the first ban, I totally agree with it. Poppy is just an insanely strong Yordle right now.
Yes, totally agree. Also, you have many champions that want to play with dashes. You have Silas available in the current meta. Poppy extremely strong against it as well. Rakan also a viable pick currently. And yeah, Poppy is just amazing in general against those champions.
Then the Ornn ban, I think that's more or less a target pick. To be fair, red side is usually the luxury side where you can just target ban a little bit more. Because of course on blue side you kind of want to keep some things open for first picking. And you can just ban those things away that you fear might be just too strong of a first pick. A Jinx, for example, again, it wouldn't be like the, you know, metaest of all the meta champs, but yeah, if you are super confident on a Jinx, then Jinx is a really good first pick in my opinion.
Yes, of course. Jinx is a pretty safe pick. She has the rocket launcher, can also stay back a little bit more, can stay a little bit more safe than some other AD carries. And getting rid of that option combined with the scaling behind it is not a bad thing to do.
Exactly. And then talking about immobile long-range scalers, Wei will also be taken away from this game, and we are currently waiting the last few seconds to see the last ban. And to me that's always an interesting thing to happen right now. Are you seeing an insta-lock? Because that to me means like, hey, we are so prepared, we know exactly what we want, no more discussion needed. Or, you know, it looks like they are thinking a little bit about it now. And then as soon as I'm speaking, they lock the Rakan. Interesting first pick, but I think it's decent.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely decent. You've gotten rid of the counter option, which would have been Poppy, and Rakan definitely has a little bit more pleasure playing against a possible team without Poppy, that is.
Now the Severe getting hovered. Will it get locked in? Yes, indeed. I mean, if we just look at Worlds and if we just look at the pro play meta, I would say I haven't seen Severe in a while, but honestly, I think Severe can be pretty strong, especially if you just look at all her tools. A good wave clear, really safe scaling, and of course, Frill off the hunt. On the hunt, a really good ultimate overall to have, disengaging, engaging. And now talking about movement speed buffs, the Sushi Fish will also be picked for our red side for Pandaric.
Yeah, I think it's generally a good combination to have.
Ooh.
And the enemy team's answering instantly with Kindred. That's interesting.
Yeah, they have been watching too much Worlds, right? So we have seen a pretty good Kindred performance there. Hope I'm not spoiling anybody. I have just rewatched it today and yesterday myself, and I thought like, okay, yeah, Kindred was actually one of those picks that is not really meta, but if your jungler knows how to pilot it well, and if your team knows how to, you know, draft around it, that's really important, right? You have to mix up your draft a little bit. Now, if they don't pick a tank anywhere, then the Kindred is kinda because you cannot just face check like you could on, you know, a classic jungler like Vi, Jarvan, Sejuani, stuff like that. So, yeah, we need to see an adaptation in the draft, but I'm pretty sure we will see just that. And a Wukong, Monkey King as a dancer as well. Now, iCamper, looking at the first 3 champions each, do you have a favorite already?
It's kind of rough to tell, but you are giving Pandaric now the option to ban good AP options, which would adapt well with their team. And so far, they only have AD carries. And you also force yourself to more or less ban stuff like Malphite. I'm just wondering that they ban Malphite themselves.
Well, I mean, let's assume the Wukong is a jungle answer to the Kindred. So I can totally see it, that works.
Yeah.
And let's say they want to first pick a solo laner now. Maybe they have a certain top laner in mind and just try to thin out the top lane pool. And I mean, Malphite, rock solid champion overall. But they are listening to you and also thinning out the Syndra in mid lane. I think Syndra would be a really good fit with the Kindred, with all the burst potential, with the high range. So getting that out of the equation, really solid move in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I know what we get as a fourth pick on the red side. I think it will be a Orianna.
Orianna is the call.
Yes, I do think so. I have seen it before in a combination like this, but maybe it's not.
Oh, they are teasing us with all the hovers. It seems
like they definitely are.
It seems like they are pretty certain on picking mid lane. Now, banning away something like the Malphite makes more sense now because, again, you don't want to give them a strong blind. Orin is taken away, Malphite is taken away. Also, Renekton is taken away, so a lot... Honestly, most of the solid blind picks for top lane are kind of taken away. I don't know. Now, if I was the coach here, I would probably look at Sion or look at Keisante, depending on, if we want to just be scaling and chilling, or if we want to... be a little bit more top lane centric. But either way, the Orianna, you predicted it correctly. And I mean, it is quite a good one, right? Looking at the Wukong with the invisible ball delivery system, that is a good option.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, you have a pretty squishy team on the blue side. And if this Wukong gets in and the shockwave lands, it will obliterate them.
Oh yeah, 100%. To be fair, there is a lot of defensive tools, like for example, Tom Kench Devour, Zaya, Featherstorm, Kindred, Lamb's Respite, a lot of options. But I'm talking about Tom Kench, that is the blind pick, and I like that Pandaric is actually listening to me. They kind of accepted me as their coach. They were like, yes, Olisrim Senpai, 100% true, Sion top lane, if we just want to scale up and if we want to play around bot lane, mid lane, why not have this beefy frontliner on top lane that is basically, in theory, endlessly scaling because he just keeps on ramping up in HP. So yeah, why not get a Sion? Now, looking at the full composition, I mean, I can give my take real quick. I feel like we have the better comp in a, straight up even 5 versus 5, but I feel like with the global stuff, with the Kindred cheese potential, with Tom Kench, there is just, I think cheese potential is the name of the game here for the blue side, for Team Elite Ice. But of course, I also want to hear your opinion here.
Yeah, I totally agree on your points. I'm still seeing the issues. You have the tools to survive, but the thing is, if the Wukong goes in, hits his knock up, you just can't do anything during that time. And the Orianna shockwave goes through that and her W, and you are simply gone. You are riding a very thin needle here. On the blue side, in my opinion. Yeah,
100%. Again, I have to give it to them. They have tools, in theory, with the Kindred and the Tom Kench and, all that stuff. But they need to react basically before it is happening. If they just react on the spot, it is almost nigh impossible. So yeah, that is a tough one. Yeah.
And that's still adding up to it. Let's say you survive this, actually. Severe, in theory, can just press R and you walk out. Nothing's going to happen. The blue side popped their ults, you have popped your ults, and the blue side suddenly has no defensive options left.
Exactly.
That's also what I'm seeing here. And you have the Nami peel as well. Nami wave comes in, what's Rakan gonna do? Nothing.
100%, yeah. So I indeed do like our draft more, but I feel like nothing wonky is allowed to happen. So Yeah, TLDR, just looking at the statement overall, I'd say if Oriana and Sivir, if they get up to, let's say, 3 or maybe even 4 items, then it is going to be a really rough game. And I mean, like, basically impossible at that point, unless you have Dragon Soul and Elder Dragon and Nash and, you know, all that good stuff. Yeah. But until then, again, Kindred can be really aggressive. Tahm Kench, I'm gonna be honest here, I hate laning against that guy because...
Yes, I totally agree with you.
The Tongue of Doom. And Rakan with his roams, Talia with the Weaver's Wall. I think that's kind of the plan here for Team Elite Ice. They just need to make something happen. Once they hit level 6, they need to roam, they need to, you know, get those tracking boots on the Rakan maybe and have him walk up and down again. But if they can't make it happen, and if we can properly respond, and maybe also be disciplined enough to just chill out a little bit instead of contesting everything, then I think we are golden.
I totally agree on that. Like, when you can keep a calm pace here in the game on Pandaric's side, this should, in the end, lead to a win for our team.
Exactly. So yeah, we are currently trying to enter a loading screen. That means you will be stuck with just our beautiful voices for maybe 1 more minute, and then we can jump into the first game of today. Now, if you have to choose your movie protagonist here in this game, who do you think is going to be the main character?
I think that role this game has to go towards Hannu Bolson, because his role is very dependent in this game in terms of that he needs to find the delivery for the Oriana Ball.
Yeah, 100% agree. And I mean, of course, looking at the early game, you will be maybe the target for like invades, you know, maybe you will find a random Kindred with a Talia in your face, you will get shoved away and hit on in your own jungle, or you kinda have to make those hard decisions. Do we actually contest those grubs? Do we contest this dragon? It could be a tough one, so yeah, I fully agree with you, Hannu Bolson. A bit of weight on the monkey's shoulders, and guys, will Pandaric crumble and make some mistakes in the early game, or will they just chill? We jump into the game, and we want to look at the level 1 here, because there's already a lot happening, but no kills so far. That was a dangerous decimating smash.
Yeah, it was very dangerous. Like, if he hits 1 more, and if Pandaric is a little bit better in position, that could be devastating.
Exactly. But so far, nothing happens. We are fine. Everything's fine. No kill. Not even a... No, not a single summoner was burned. I was literally double checking.
The only thing burned is, like, I think 1 potion from Kindred and 1 potion from Rakan, and that's about it.
I mean, it is a slight advantage. We take every single advantage we can get. And I also like, though, this has to be a bit of a confidence booster for Soap on the top lane. Oh yeah, definitely. Look at this. Look at those decimating smashes. Ah, it's beautiful.
Yes. Haven't seen him playing Sion in a while. I know he used to play it more, but yeah, he's gone a little bit away from it, playing a lot different stuff recently. And yeah, I'm glad to see him again playing one of his past main champions.
Exactly. Yeah, again, Sion could be abused in the early game, but we have to, of course, look at both junglers, and both junglers agreed, hey, top lane, you know, let them have some fun, let them have some wet pool noodle fights. We are having bigger goals. We have the goal of either full clearing, hitting level 4 and then resetting, or instantly going for this Kindred mark. That is, of course, the name of the early game for Tokami here, and again, we already talked about it, a lot of weight on Hannu Bolson's shoulder, because you also kinda wanna contest those, right? Oh, beautiful bubble.
The double bubble hits.
Yeah. Not too much happening, though. Is there not too much happening? Kindred is also kinda tagging along here. should get
Oh,
spotted
this could
out
be
soon.
dangerous. You need to be careful now.
Yeah,
Flash
Zenvi.
popped.
Yeah. Just flashing out. Again, though, I like the discipline. Just accept the loss and be like, yeah, sure, you know, early game is the only big weakness we have. But the mark will instantly be denied, and I think, honestly, that's not too bad of a consolation prize.
I think so too. Like you practically by giving a little bit up on priority, you take away the scaling from the Kindred for the next few minutes, and this is kinda good as well.
Exactly.
Wukong can now even get the double scuttle, as we can see.
Yeah, it's neat to have. I feel like, you know, back in the day when you had those level 2 early scuttles, they were worth a lot more gold. Now, of course, they are still worth some gold. They give their utility with the vision, but it's not super critical to get them.
Yeah.
Now on top lane, Romer XXL has to flash. Yeah, has to flash away. And look at the wave. Look at the wave top. Man, this is amazing. This is exactly what you want, SO.
Yes. And Tamkench is now thinking, what? That's not good for me. He himself now practically needs Kindred to come over to push this wave in so he can get a wave reset, because like fighting the Cyan while still not knowing where is the Wukong currently, he could come back. You don't have flash anymore. This is kind of dangerous for him.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, in a perfect world, you could be pretty sure that Hanu Bulsen should be just full clearing again, because you don't want to delay those respawns. Beautiful spell shield by Zenvi on bot lane, by the way. But yeah, of course, you can never be 100% certain. So yeah, Romer XXL on top lane has to be a little bit careful, but I think that's all the top lane action that we will get for a while, because yeah, both junglers resetting, clearing towards bot side. Maybe with the Void Drops coming up, it could be an angle. Oh, talking about top lane action though. So pitting level 6, no mana though, so having a hard time just casting everything there. And still Romer XXL also having a hard time just somehow surviving. Flash forward!
Oh, and
this is first blood for so beautiful stuff.
Yeah, just getting the small amount of mana again to just be able to throw his Q, and with the flash grasp auto attack secures the last hit, giving him the edge to receive his first blood. Beautiful spell shield again, and
second blood. Oh, this party doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. And we getting healed, but the execute is there. Turret, last hit will be enough to get the kill on the Nami, and now Wukong also wants a piece of the cake. Till will be the kill that goes over to Hana Bulsen, to our Wukong player here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, everybody else, feel like is looking super decent. We take those.
Exactly, we take those. We now have a very big advantage on our bot lanes. Unfortunately, Sani couldn't get his hands on the gold, but you also take a fat Nami. She provides you with the sustain, with the heal that you want as well. And yeah, you gladly accept those.
Meanwhile, mid lane, the Weaver's Wall is doing something, but will it be doing enough? No more command. Shockwave on Atomic. But I don't know if we actually need that. Can we get out? Nami healing a little bit. Atomic being low but not dying just yet. 4 members with blue HP bars in the mid lane, while it is only 3 members from Pandaric. And this looks like we are still a-okay. But now a lot of objectives are up, actually. That's an interesting one. We have the Mark, we have the Dragon, we have the Voidies.
Yeah, and it looks like we will trade here the Dragon for the Grubs. Also, we deny the next stack for Kindred by doing this.
Yeah, why not try? Not a single stack for Kindred just yet, if I'm not completely mistaken. And that is, of course, a outcome that you take. I mean, unless...
Yeah,
if you lose the next 3 Grubs, then that would be a bit of unfortunate. But, you know, overall, again, I think it's pretty decent.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. And we talked about it, like scaling-wise, we should have the advantage in the late game, so getting these Drakes in the early game puts us into the advantage to getting the game running for longer.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's also not like we are facing a Jack, say Fiora or something like that, so The Void Grubbies, of course, they are nice to have, but they are not an absolute must-have at this point. Romer XL, interesting. Just jumping in, devouring Soap. Soap still has the Unstoppable Onslaught, will have to run away. Tokami probably has not been seen yet, so where are you even going? Just trying to backboard there. I think Svenby will not allow it. Flashing forward even, making sure Soap will die here, but I love the discipline here already, just accepting death and starting to shove the wave. And still has TP up, so that is just fine. Meanwhile on bot lane, LA is getting out of there. Shocks in a lot of trouble, but getting out of there as well. But now, will we look for the redive? Does it look like it? I'm not sure, because Kindred, we just saw Kindred, you know, not being in this play. We probably don't know where Kindred is. Oh, this could be a dangerous one because Kindred is moving down. Atomic is also moving down. We are slowly but surely overloading. Knock up, connecting onto the Nami, and there's the kill for Till. And this means, can we get the revenge one? No, we cannot. Zenvi running away. Now this time Hanabusen, invisible, wants to do something. Tokami showing the Kindred on bot lane and making sure we will not be able to fight this one. Svenby also rotating, but this is just a really interesting play, just looking at all the rotations.
Yeah, they definitely put a lot of effort into matching what the enemy team might plan to do. And yeah, the corresponding movements are definitely good in this game, and it already looks very exciting to watch. Soap on a small mission to get the proxy on the top lane. This could mean some trouble for the Tankens.
Well, that's going to be an interesting one here, isn't it? Suddenly the Sion is basically in the way of the Kindred mark even. But that's just the proxy thread, right?
Yeah, oh, Sion now looking for the recall actually.
Yeah. Hello there, Shocks, but of course Rakan. Super mobile, super slippery, super hard to catch. And this means Shocks, more or less, will always get out.
They even rotate now with 3 people to contest these scuttles so that the Kindred is not allowed to take the stacks. But it looks like they are just able to match it.
Kami really wants that scuttle. Hanabusen also wants to contest that one. Tried it with the Warrior's Trickster, but will not get it. But again, I mean, giving up a few marks after 11 minutes, that is totally fine.
Yeah, it is, definitely. Kindred needs 4 stacks the first time to get more attack range, so she still has 3 to go at the moment, and yeah, it can go pretty fast if you are able to get those kills and assists, but as of right now, she hasn't gotten any opportunity to really get a stack, and so it will take a little bit longer that she is able to do her thing.
Well, you know what is not taking long? Atomic, because he has to react on bot lane. He will not be found! Meanwhile on top lane though, everywhere we're looking is the play. Soap can just walk out of there. Now the tidal wave coming in. Tokami still has the Lamp-Tree spied up. There's even a Weaver's Wall on top lane just to make sure all the members are there. And that is the early game advantage that we talked about. That is the cheese potential, right?
Yeah, exactly, but still not enough to get those kills. Atomic very close, survives on the bot lane. Soap as well on the top lane already. Got his Heartsteel, is already pretty tanky. And now Xayah may be found here.
Yep, goodbye Till, it was nice knowing you, but back to grey screen and the drawing board you go. Second death for the ADC from Team Ice.
Yeah, and Orianna also looking to get those stacks to deny Kindred further advancement on her mission. Meanwhile, you're gonna grab those second set of Void Grubs to not let the enemies have the opportunity to spawn those juicy small grubbies. But you might find yourself now giving up on that second Drake for that.
Talking about the second Drake, Spawned just now. Oh, hello there, Atomic.
Oh, we actually didn't get the didn't get the Gromp yet. Atomic didn't move for it, but we might get now a nice fight here.
Svenby has to flash over the wall. Will not be able to do so. Will just die. Hanabulsen jumped over the wall with the Trickster. Will make sure to just zone everybody away. And I honestly feel like we're stabilizing a little bit already.
Yeah, this is definitely not worth at all. Like, you're giving up on the Drake, basically, for this stack.
I mean, depends on who you ask. If you ask Tokomi, probably Omega worth, right?
Yes, might be for him, yes. I mean, he is now halfway to, there for his more attack range, which is really, really important for him.
Beautiful stuff on bot lane there, by the way. Svenby forced to flash out there, Hanabusen making sure to not go in too deep because the Kindred was also already on bot lane, but this just means one more flash burned away, and it's an important flash from Natalia.
Yes, you are immobile, you are not Kindred, you are not Rakan who can just jump around, jump away. You are rather dependent on your flash. Not having that puts you at quite the disadvantage.
Yeah, and you've just talked about it, about Mr. Shocks, about Mr. I have 7 million dashes, and yeah, that's what it actually looks like if you have 20 million dashes. So yeah, having 290 million dashes is pretty nice, but is it enough to find the impact here? Shocks jumping in there, LE17 dropping really low. The Cyclone here, Redemption, really good here from Shocks. But now slowly but surely, Soap teleported in there. Rammer also here trying to find the ADC. Meanwhile in the front line, Soap just tanking so much damage. But he will eventually fall. And meanwhile on bot lane there's the 1v1, while up here with the Lance Respite the entire fight is still drawn out. Envy and Nami against the world. Can they do it? Can they do something? No!
Oh
not
my
so
god,
far.
they are so low.
Wow, what a tilter. I must say it straight up right here. That has to scratch your ego a little bit there. So annoying to not find the kills there. If we just found like 2 or 3 more ricochet auto attacks from Senvi, it would have just been a triple kill. That would be massive.
Yes, it would have been absolutely massive. Also, Senny's timing there on his spell shield. I don't know if you've noticed, but he managed to spell shield the Tahm Kench ultimate.
That is really good. You know what else is really good? Just getting a solo kill. Atomic, an absolute beast of a mid laner right here. Getting the solo bolo inside lane and being on 3 kills and 0 deaths. Man, this guy is looking good today.
Yeah, that's what I've been talking about earlier before the game started. Like, he's like a very consistent player, knows his limits very well, and you can always bet on him to not fall behind, to be on the edge, to be ready, and yeah, he's such an important player to have on the team, in my opinion.
Well, a great thing we have him, because right now, if we look at the gold, he should be more or less the richest member in the team. I see already Envy, because of the plate gold, also really rich right now. Talking about Envy though.
Might be caught here, but the Nami wave and...
Oh, beautiful stuff here, interrupting the Weaver's Wall dash by Hanabulsen. Is there enough damage to make something happen there? Because now the Wukong is just all alone in the enemy jungle. Can we reunite here, or is the Blast Cone just enough to get out of there? But meanwhile, Atomic was shoving in bot lane.
Yeah, you get the tower here now on the bot side, opening up the game a little bit more for Pandaric, and this should also make the following dragons a little bit easier. Oh, Senny has to be careful here.
Oh, flash forward.
Flashed on.
Will get caught. And that is Envy with the 3rd death this game already. Again, the tools are there for Team Ice, so I get it. It is hard to survive. But of course, just because it's hard doesn't mean that we can let mistakes like those slip not too many times.
Almost found the interrupt.
Do you think we can... Yeah, we can probably just find the mid lane turret here, and that is great. To open up the map before the third dragon spawns, that is really good.
Yes. Orianna also already with decent damage.
Yeah, decent you say? I'd say that is absurd damage.
Yeah, that was kind of an understatement.
I mean, if we look at the item choice here, and now we have the mask finished and the TP up on Atomic, instantly using it behind enemy lines. Oh, that will be an interesting one. The Cyclone connecting.
Dangerous.
Atomic has to find something here. Will get a ton of damage. The teleport also coming in from Soap into the backline. And we are just getting kill after kill now. This looks more like it. Atomic flashing forward even. Only Rammer and Svenby left in the fray. Envy died, so that is kind of a bummer. But Atomic should just have enough damage. The Seraphs will keep Svenby alive a little bit more. The Flash will keep Svenby alive even further. But Atomic just walking towards mid lane, making sure the wave stays shoved out. And overall, that was a messy fight.
Yeah, that was a massive fight, definitely. Senny was kinda left alone a little bit. And Tamkench, yeah, just does his Tamkench things. Feels like playing against a tank, fighter, assassin at the same time. Is able to get him down. If you don't get Senny here, actually, this is also the third day at Drake for Pandaric, and now it's still in the open.
It would be nice to grab those extra resistances and more importantly soul point, of course, because with the extra shield from Mountain, that is a huge tool to just give some more survivability to our main protagonist here. And all the friends, of course. Svenby, there is... Oh my god, that was so clean! That was so clean from Soap getting the solo kill, but now looking at the Dragon at 7000 HP right now. And Team Ice realizes, no, we sadly have to move away. We cannot really contest that one. And this means this Dragon will be the third for us.
Yes, it will be the third for us, and we also managed to hold on to the mid lane tier 2 tower. Now the top lane, we give up on the top lane tier 1, but that's perfectly fine to get the third dragon here.
Third dragon looking good again. If we get the soul point in 5 minutes, then honestly, we talked about the scaling. The scaling would just profit so much from having this dragon. That would more or less be a done game already, or, you know, at least like, I don't know, 75% win chance or something like that would be absolutely massive for us.
Yeah, also we need to keep in mind our team is a little beefy, and the enemy team kinda depends on, we need to find a kill fast, we want a fast kill onto the Sevier, onto the Orianna, if possible, and those shields from the Mountain Soul can be quite annoying to deal with in these situations.
"22 minutes in the game. The gold is more or less even, 1k difference at this point of the game. Nobody really cares about that. You know, looking at the items, we can see that we are, again, more or less even. Yeah, Kindred is a bit ahead on the Wukong, but that is to be expected. But looking at all the other lanes, we are even or even ahead. Looking at top lane, for example, second item finished already for Soap. Looking at mid lane, one BF sword, you know, Lamal. One needlessly large shot ahead. Now, engage in the mid lane. Envy on the hunt will use the movement speed to get out of there. Can we find a re-engage though?
Yeah, Senny unfortunately also a little bit behind after Xayah. Xayah already a good way into her third item.
Didn't want to mention that because who cares, right? It's
or third item on Xayah or Sevier, that's also pretty
full item
huge.
or no item. That's what I always like to say.
Yeah, also kind of true. I mean, you have the passive effects and... But yeah, those 15% bonus crit chance, or it's 10% now, right? No, 15% on the cloak is juicy as well. Can you find Atomic? Here's the question, and you can!
Atomic just died there through the Seraph's shield, through all the own shields, but now we are on the hunt once more. Beautiful bubble there. Can we find one? Can we find the second one with the barrier? We will stay alive a little bit longer, and Zenvi, it just means we will get some gold on our AD carry. And you see, just like that, the AD carry should be a little bit closer to the counterpart on the enemy team again. Meanwhile, objective-wise, 2 more minutes until the dragon.
The question is, can you maybe already now look for a Baron play here, now that you have Death Timers on the enemy team, and prepare to set it up already?
Alright. What is happening on top lane there? Soap trying to run away with the unstoppable onslaught. Will get that blocked, but then just run out of there, or more or less just walk out of there anyway. So yeah, that is something that just happened. Shox is like, peekaboo, hello. Oh, a lot of enemies. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm out again. Goodbye.
Yeah, better not look for too long. Might not be that good for you.
Then again, it is Rockon, right? Again, Mr. Slippery. Basically,
yeah,
basically
himself.
Fizz is jealous at this point.
Yeah, you could actually say that. Also, like with a combination of Xayah, you have this extra distance to jump. It's really, really insane. Zenvi has to be a little bit careful here.
Talking about the extra distance, Tokami is definitely going the extra distance to get Zenvi half-life here. To be fair, Zenvi with the red buff will be able to just heal back up, no problem. And yeah, now sadly we have to mention it, Till on the third item already, while Zenvi is not fully there yet for this dragon. And there's a lot of damage on
the Orianna damage is insane.
Yeah, it's a lot for sure. Now, how are we handling the waves? Looking at top lane wave, this one will be even for quite a while. Meanwhile, Soap just face checking. They're tanking so much. A lot of cooldowns used, but none of the really important ones. Featherstorm will be used here. Redemption just going right in there. Beautiful shockwave. Do we have enough damage to finish off all the members though? Soap will be low. Has to flash out in order to not instantly die in this fight. Finding the decimating smash there on Zenvi. Finding the bubble there on Zenvi. But Rever with the Devour will keep Talia alive for just a little bit longer. And this dragon will be taken by Team Ice. And this is a bit of a setback for us on Pandaric's side.
Yeah, exactly. Senny got caught off guard there. He walked around and couldn't get away anymore. And this might now look as if they can turn this even into a Baron here.
Baron on 10k and nobody really around to contest that. And I mean, I like... Yeah, let's say I like how the game keeps on giving. But as a Pandaric fan, I would have preferred to just have a clean game. This game is slipping a little bit out of our hands. Like, Tokami is looking kinda strong right now. And also, somehow we do not really have the damage yet, I guess.
Yeah. We are missing quite just a little, but now we do have the Rabadons on Orianna, which wasn't ready before. Senny should be also almost at his Lord Dominic's, or Mortal Reminder that is in this case.
I'm not sure if that is enough or if we need a fourth big AD item though. Not really too sure if we really need to look at the fourth item for the Severe, you know. Severe basically known as one of the AD carries that just keeps on scaling up, while other AD carries have more or less, you know, those 2 item power spikes or maybe even 1 item power spikes, and Severe just known for getting stronger and stronger and stronger the longer the game goes. But of course that only profits us. Do we have enough time? I think if Atomic level 16 now can hit a good shockwave and a good combo, we will definitely have the time.
Yeah, I think so too. Hanu Bulson in this game is quite set back. He's still only on one item. He definitely needs a second item in the upcoming fights.
Yeah, for sure. 100% have to agree here. To be fair, Soap is really strong at the front line right now, so I don't even hate it if Hannah Bulson can chill out a little bit in this late game and doesn't have all those heavy weights on the monkey's shoulders. The team can carry a little bit more. I think that it will be a necessity at this point to happen. And yeah, with Nash you will of course slowly but surely get a turret here and there. Will you also find some engages, though that was only the clone, and of course really glad that Hannah Bulson found the Warrior's Trickster there. Oh, hello there, Tokami! Almost burning to death, still has the Lamb's Respite, but
that was very, very close.
That was a ton of damage, and there we just see the damage potential from Atomic there.
Yeah, if Atomic here hits his fourth item, that will be really disgusting damage for them to deal with.
Do you have any guesses what the fourth item will be? Something like Shadow Flame, or oh, just Void, maybe?
Well, that's a hard thing to say, but I would almost say that it will be the Void stuff.
Or Crypto Bloom at this point. Oh well, we'll see. Atomic not done scaling, of course, and we talked about Senny, of course, also not done scaling at all, even though he's, yeah, literally one item behind if we compare the pen item with each other, except from that choice. Every item in the build is the exact same, but Till is just one item ahead in form of the Infinity Edge, and that is, of course, a big damage advantage.
Yeah, that's an insane damage advantage. But you can't just force forward on the blue side. You still have to be careful. You still need to look for these catches. The potential to just win these team fights from Pandaric's side is still fully there. You do now have the Black Cleaver on Wukong as well, which further assists the Severe in dealing the damage she wants to do.
Oh yeah, 100%. That is a really good choice on Wukong, because you can easily apply it with your E and the clones, and of course with the Cyclone hitting multiple times. That just means the armor will be shred, and then Senny having the pen item in your own inventory, it just means the tanks, so yeah, mainly Rammer, should be a bit easier to take down in those team fights. And I kinda get the build choice, right? Because if you have Tom Kench in your face, you cannot really play the game as AD carry.
Yeah, it's really, really tough. Also, I really like the anti-heal option on CV here, because you have the Rakan with his Q healing, you have the Tamkenshu heals, you have the Kindred ultimate that heals your team, the enemy team after it's done. You also have the Redemption on Rakan. You are kinda forced to have some anti-healing here. And as a Severe, you can apply it very, very well, and then the Atomic has the option to just go for full damage.
Well, Romer XXL in trouble now. Can the Frog somehow get out? Nope, no chance.
Big shutdown here on the Severe.
Oh yeah, good point, good point. And yeah, I was just wondering, will Team Ice be able to find something in exchange? No! Atomic was ready in the mid lane to instantly clear the wave, and that means they get nothing. They just lost their top laner and gave away, as you mentioned, the shutdown.
Yeah, that's rather big for Sivir here. She got quite the amount of gold and should now be good way into her Infinity Edge.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have to look at the next resets. We'll also have to look at when is the next fight going to happen. Beautiful shockwave there to get Tokami out of the auto attack animation, and no way, how do you survive that? Now this time Senny though in trouble. That is just the damage from Zaya. It's just so much. Meanwhile hitting the minion in the face of Svenby. Svenby still has flash, but so does Soap, and they both know that they have flash. And the Sion is just looking like a monster in the side lane.
Yeah, I can totally agree. Sion now with a teleport to the mid lane. It doesn't have ultimate, unfortunately, but they force them to interrupt the Baron. Xayah also pretty low here. They need to be very, very careful. They don't have proper vision set up here.
Well, that is the Scotland so far. Talking about vision setup helps a little bit. To have a bit more vision.
But still, Talia on 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Senny on 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just realizing how hard it is to stay alive as Senny.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough.
Especially if you go all in, the Lamb's Respite can tickle out a bit more time for your team. And Senny, it's this weird thing. You're not a melee champion that can just be like, hey, I'ma just join the Lamb's Respite and I'ma be unkillable as well, right? That's not really how it works as an AD carry. So I think, yeah, considering the enemy champions lineup, Senny is doing a decent job. But it is really hard to stay alive here. But Soap, in exchange, looking amazing on side lanes. He's just winning every single 1v1 and literally snowballing. Yeah. Oh my god! This is an important kill.
You can find the catch here!
The clone tanking a little bit. I'm not too sure though. I mean, it is only quote-unquote a support. So it's not like you found a carry, but still it is a good catch. Shocks will be in grey screen for half a minute more basically. And the next dragon in 90 seconds. Or okay, Hanu Bulsen just sidestepping by not moving at all. Interesting choice there. Also could be a bit in trouble here. Has no shutdown luckily, so he can't just do Sion things at this point, honestly, you know, just suicide yourself and get a turret. Now everybody busy with the Sion, that means Tokami can be taken care of. Romer trying to keep this Kindred alive with the Devour. Kindred also used this important Lamb's Respite cooldown, but that just means that it is not available right now as Senny no more on the hunt. But we still have Hana Bulsen that could look for something. Could look for some sneaky engages here in this entire thing. Svenby just explodes like it's nothing, but Atomic will quickly die just after.
Yeah, Raka now fully back. You need to give the second Baron here now in a row. This side now looking really strong here. Kindred getting her next stack as well. Kindred now on 9 stacks already.
That's a lot of damage.
Exactly, and not just damage, it's also the attack range that gets being added and added and added. She's currently at 600.
I think you need... Do you need 3 or 2 more after the first 4? I don't even know.
After the first 4 you need 3.
So I see. So if she goes to 10, she gets 25 more range, and
yeah,
that
exactly.
would of course be kind of annoying. But luckily Kindred not building pure ADC. To be fair, I think it is the right build. You know, we have to give props where props are due. If Kindred was full squishy, she would have died. That's what we talked about in Gem Select, right?
Yes.
That, she should basically just drop that, but no, she got a lot of HP items. She even finished the Maw of Malmort just now to just be a little bit more tanky, to especially against Atomic's burst, right?
Yeah. Senny now finally finished his Infinity Edge, but Xayah now as well with a Guardian Angel.
Yeah, big stuff there. Big stuff. And there's also a Rift Maker on Romer XXL, and this could just give him the little edge in those longer fights, honestly. That is an interesting choice, not something I've seen a lot. But that just means Romer will not really get any damage in those side lanes.
He doesn't get any damage at all.
Yeah, all you can do is try to somehow leave, and honestly, again, we have to give props where props are due. I mean, it is still a wet noodle fight. It takes like 7 hours until somebody finally drops low, and Soap was literally escaping from the bot lane wave that you can see on the minimap right now to the position where he is at this moment. Oh, I already saw a combo, but Atomic
Yeah, I
respecting.
already felt it as well.
Yeah, respecting the item build here from Tokami, right?
I think so too. At this point, he's also realizing he built a lot of MR, and he needs more than just one target in his Orianna ultimate to make it really worth it.
Still such a tough one. 3 more minutes until both objectives will be up again. I'm talking division real quick so you can see what it looks like. The siege is really hard to properly execute for both teams. You can see, yeah, Shock's taking a lot of damage and the shockwave missing. And that is a massive problem. It doesn't have too long of a cooldown, but you still have to look for something here. Lamps respite when this one turns away, when this one runs out. We will see a lot of kills, but it's mostly Pandaric dying here. It is nobody dying from the side of Team Ice, and this means this could be the first game. No wave here right now. Atomic might be able to survive this with the flash, might be able to just do something, but nope, the Devour too strong here. Soap trying just desperately to fight the wave, but it will not happen. And with those death timers, this is the first win for Team Elite today, and this is also, if I'm not mistaken, the first loss in general in this league so far for Pandaric.
Yes, it is. It was definitely a very, very, very close game. There was always this tiny small amount of damage missing for Pandaric to just get the few last HP from the enemy team, and they just couldn't manage to get this damage done.
Has to be so annoying, but at the same time, you know, hey, this one was really close. We can probably do it, no problem, you know, just twist a few screws a little bit, just adapt a little bit, and then this should be in the realm of the possible. So guys, we will be back after a short break of a few minutes. Until then, I am a firm believer that Pandaric can bring it back. But of course, also GGs have to be called for Team Elite Ice. They played it really well and got a deserved first W. But again, can they keep it up, or will Pandaric come back, bounce back? We will find out after a short break.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear, driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun, feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear, like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun, running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running. Told my boss that I'm done, Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running low. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running low. Keep running low.
We are back, and I hope the team will also come back. I saw the first ready called in chat, so I will just add my ready as well. And I can spoiler you that much. It is a side swap, and we are jumping straight into the second and sadly last game of the day already. As you can see, Team Elite Eyes on the red side this time and one game ahead. But again, Pandaric, I am certain they can just bring it back.
Yeah, I'm certain of that as well. There was this tiny amount of damage missing in the first game. We had so many situations where the enemies just didn't die. The HP bar is practically almost at zero, but yeah, the job just couldn't be done, and I think Pandaric might have some ideas here to just fix what was missing in the first game, and we will get to see maybe something different this game.
The bands are looking... Yeah, they look the exact same so far. No adaptations
so far,
there.
They do.
Yeah, no, again, so far. Maybe we can see something as a last ban. And I'm really curious, what will the first pick be here? Because there are so many options on this blue side. And yeah, I can honestly see the Zaya ban. If you want to go for a kind of similar style with a lot of pick or a lot of burst, then Zaya is just super annoying.
Yeah, Zaya is very annoying to deal with, and you want to go in at the same time. You don't want to go in with the last comp we played just because of the feathers that are everywhere, and if you are in them and Zaya has her items, these deal a ton of damage.
Exactly. Now meanwhile, Mr. Soap first picking for Pandaric for his team. Still thinking a bit about it. What will it be? A few more moments until we know, and it will be a Jarvan first pick. Honestly, also looking at the Poppy ban, pretty solid.
Yeah, Jarvan definitely a solid pick. He's been in and out of the meta, always there. We had like a few seasons back where he had a time where he was rather weak, but as of right now, he's just always viable.
Never change a running system is what Team I says, and they also say, hey, if we can play it on blue side, we can play it on red side. Rakan and Kindred picked again. And this is just what happens if you don't really adapt the draft ban-wise. But of course, if you do not ban a champion like the Kindred, you know it could just be picked again. And that means you are prepared this time. I am certain of that.
Ash, also the next adaptation here, interesting, definitely. You now have more pick options, definitely, already. Still a strong team fight. Waiting for the third pick. Stylas.
Ooh, okay. Somebody watched Worlds and saw the Rock-On Sylas Faker play, right? With the hijacked Rock-On ult. That was absolute chef's kiss, so why not do it myself? And honestly, being able to grab the Lamb's Respite, why not?
Yes, and also Ari ult on Sylas, I can see that being very toxic as well.
It's definitely not a Zoe or something where you get a portal jump, which is kinda useless, you know, if we're honest here. But yeah. Do you think it was fine to give over the Rock-On and the Kindred again?
I think so too. I really think the biggest issue last round was the Xayah, that you went in as with the Wukong and with the burst you had, but Xayah just presses R, throws 2 auto attacks, and you just have 4, 5, 6 feathers going through you, and you are just dead. They had basically space control the entire time, and you couldn't really do much against it. As of now, you can, because you've banned the Xayah. You also ban another safety option for the enemy team with the Tahm Kench, and I think this is a good adaptation to what we've seen in the last round. And yeah.
Yeah, Tahm Kench is one of those champions again where you don't really play against it often, and if you play against an experienced player on it, it just becomes awkward, right? So better just ban it away and be like, hey, play something more honest, something more meta on top lane, something that we see and play against a lot, so might as well. And now banning the Sevier ourselves, interesting.
Yeah, they definitely don't want them to get a safe option.
Zeri. Interesting. Zeri Rock-On on bot lane against Ashe, question mark on bot lane. What will it be? Lots of champions getting hovered here. And honestly...
So far, every champion on the enemy team has dashes.
That is why Poppy is banned, right?
Yeah, exactly. Alistar, in my opinion, good option here. What will be the last pick for Pandaric?
The Gnar. Getting locked in here.
It's actually the Gnar. I've never seen Soul playing it. I'm kind of excited to see it. Also, Atomic, I haven't seen him on Sylas as well. So they definitely seem to have prepared something.
Well, you told us they are cooking, and they are cooking indeed. Some new meals prepped for this second game. And yeah, that is something that I was wondering why this just gets ignored. The Skarner, still a really, really solid pick right now. Will be played in top lane though. Against the Gnar? Now that's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I've definitely never seen that before. Isn't that just losing for Skarner, though? I'm not sure about this at all, like...
Well, I have no idea, honestly. Skarner against Gnar.
Gnar also nice later on, against the Kindred ult, by the way. Like, you can just throw them out of it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean... my personal favorite is just the Grogos against Kindred, because if she ults, you just ult as well, and yeah, goodbye, everybody
Yeah.
gone from
That's a
the
good point.
Spites. But of course, you know, you can't just blind pick stuff like that and then have a weaker lane or something. You still need to make sure to be able to properly play the lane. But yeah, rock on again. Ahri this time, Zeri. The draft has turned out a bit different already, but I'm all here for it. I think our adaptations are looking absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and Silas definitely has really good options in this game. You can also just grab the Scanner ultimate and pull the Kindred out of our own hour as well.
Yeah, that is true. That is actually true. Like, with Sylas, you can just take away all those ults. And again, we have the potential for 2 Lamb-3 Spites in one team fight, right? So it could become very messy. And I mean very, very messy. Did I mention that it's like very messy yet? Did I mention that? Because
no, I think you haven't yet, but yeah, I think I've heard it now.
wait, what happens if Skarner is ulting somebody and then he gets ulted while he's ulting by his own impale? Will you then have like a train with 2 different impale packages, or how does that even work?
Yeah, I think it will be kind of a train. It would be a fun scene to watch. I'm in for that. I'm in for that.
Yeah, that would be absolutely stunning, like even surprising, literally.
Yeah. But what I'm seeing here is, for Pandaric, you kinda have the range disadvantage this round.
That is
You have the
true.
tools. You have the tools to get to the enemies, but you need to hit those tools. If you don't, you will end up having a problem.
I mean, that just goes for a lot of things. I feel like last draft was easier to play. And here you have so many things that are literally hit or miss. Like, I look at every single champion, and I can, like, every second champion has so much hit or miss potential. I mean, just look at Sari. Her auto attacks are literally hit or miss, you know? And then you have the more obvious ones, like Ahri, if she dashes in with Spirit Rush and misses the charm, well, you just made a big mistake. If you shoot away the arrow and it misses, well, good luck. If you, all the flag and drag as Jarvan, you are in, but you missed it, enemy not CC'd, well, you are in now, and you will get auto-attacked to literal death by the opposing team. But hey, we don't even have to talk too much, because I am already in-game, and that means,
Me as well.
my friends, we will jump right in there. Again, give it up for our 2 teams today. For Team Ice against Pandaric, who can bring back the second game. We will find out in the next few minutes.
Yeah, this time the teams seem to not want to engage in an early game fight. Rakan already got rid of one of his wards, securing that they won't get cheesed on by the Ashe in the early game with her slow. Can be very annoying to deal with.
Okay, guys. Okay. Scar in top lane. I'm really looking out for that one. That's an interesting one. And at the same time, of course, Sylas in mid lane, really important against the Ahri. Important matchup. What are you seeing? Why are we going over?
I've seen 3 pings from our jungler, which was blue, grump, red, which could mean he is looking for a very, very early gank.
Remember back in my day when the jungler was ganking in champ select already and not at level 3, man? Those were good times. I mean, at level 2 at least. That was good stuff. But yeah, now... Oh, hello. Kindred on an adventure there. Tokami wants to be as annoying as possible. Will not get the Gromp, but will force Hanabulsen to flash away and to backport.
Is this now a real big disadvantage, though, for Jarvan? Because Kindred pretty much used up her own time as well. And, yeah, unfortunately, Jarvan doesn't have enough gold to buy an item here. Kindred now only on her second camp. While Hanu's now straight heading for his red buff and can go for the level 3 gank into bot lane. He will be much faster now. Kindred only now starting on a third camp.
Yeah, interesting. If you do invades like those, then yeah, takes a lot of time to walk over there. Sure thing, you got the flash, which is nice, and you kinda, yeah, made those plans really hard to pull through with the early gank. Because you just got all the exact positions, you allowed Team Ice to set down a ward. So yeah, but I still feel like Jarvan is fine with just farming up a little bit.
Yeah,
clearing the camps.
I think so too.
Why not, right?
This game, however, you don't really have mid lane priority. J4 now going in. Silas doesn't have...
Okay, the bull is flashing forward, Svenby flashing out, the chains will connect, and this is first blood for Pandaric. And honestly, I just wanted to mention how it's ironic how the 2v2 is a double melee against double range, but if you can close the gap, then it looks just like that. Now talking about closing the gap, LE17 again making sure to get the knockback there, and Hanubulsen with another kill in this game this time, getting the double even. Just super rock solid stuff there.
And this is dangerous for the enemies.
For Romer?
Like,
yeah, I agree.
They now have to deal with the Jarvan, like, as well as for the Skarner, but they will now have to deal with a 2-0 Skarner. 2-0 Jarvan, that's what I wanted to say. He will have a lot of tempo from now on.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hanubulsen looking really strong. And that is, remember, like, last game, after like 20-something minutes, I was like, yeah, 1k gold lead, not really worth mentioning too much, you know, not really tipping the scales. This time, it is a 2k gold lead, basically, after just 5 minutes. Now, that is something worth mentioning.
Yes, I totally agree. 2k in 5 minutes is everything but nothing.
Everything but nothing. That's a confusing one, but I think I got it. I think I got it. But yeah, Soap just solo boloing, and I don't think you can just go for a... Yeah, I am calling you out, Romer. I don't think you can go for a cheap build this time to suddenly win the 1v1s on the side lane. I don't think with Skarner against Gnar that is possible, because again, Skarner is a champion that we have seen a lot of times. Now, Romer with the Impale will not connect. Soap, though, will just Gnar him into the wall, will just slap him even after the flash.
The auto attack goes through. This hurts a lot for Skarner. He played it so well, though. Like, the Gnar jumps in, he drags him back under his own turret, forces Soap to flash out, misses his ultimate, unfortunately, after only to be then ulted himself into the wall and getting solo killed.
Yeah, meanwhile, Zenny looking really dead because Svenby with the Spirit Rush just rushing down to bot lane, now resetting. I mean, he will miss a wave in mid lane, but he got an assist, and of course it just means that Zenny, our main carry, at least in theory, this game, cannot farm for a while.
Now Ali needs to be careful as well. Orakan used his dashes. They do need some time to get in those waves. Silas from behind, though!
Hello there,
and he has his ultimate available!
The high track on Sharks should just be one safe kill, right? Right? Yeah, don't make me laugh, says Atomic, and just grabs the kill there. 7-1, by the way, and almost a 3k gold lead after 7 minutes. It just keeps getting better.
Yeah, this time Pandaric definitely really found their way into the game. They now just need to make sure that it persists this way, and they manage to close out the game in the end.
Hammer on top lane. Yeah, honestly, props to him if he gets anything done at this point, because Soap is just dominating so hard on this Gnar. And it's a bit of a shame, because Garner was the counter pick after all, so, you know, we cannot really... I don't want to blame him, right? I don't want to make anybody look bad, but man, so far, this Garner counter pick on R5, it just has not worked at all.
Yeah, we will have to see how it goes further into the game, but as of right now, it doesn't look good at all. And we are now looking in what is possibly going to be a bot lane dive. Ash
Oh,
Arrow.
interesting. The clans will not be enough. Yes, we get a return kill here for the red side for Team Ice. Kindred also here, maybe making it 2. Hanu Bulsen, 2 off, a little bit more than the Jarvan can handle. Tokami just flashing forward to make sure this kill gets in the Kindred's hands where it apparently belongs. And, you know, the game was looking insanely good so far, but now suddenly, it is a 2-kill Kindred again, and that worries me a little bit.
Yeah, definitely Kindred was very, very strong in the last game. Already has 2 stacks this round. Worth mentioning, I think, because last round, she only got her first stack after 12 minutes.
Yeah. Now on bot lane, Atomic with the Spirit Rush, still has some more dashes, still wants to make things happen till with the Lightning Crash, beautiful double knock up there from the cow to give us some more time. Hanu Bulsen also slowly but surely approaching bot lane, has the Cataclysm ready. Tokami with the Lance Respite. Now we're jumping in. Hanu Bulsen, what are we looking for? No backup from the team, and this is a disaster.
This is a disaster, yes.
Oh, meanwhile, top
Totally
lane,
agree.
getting a free kill, sure thing. Why not? Soap, the absolute GOAT.
Playing for 2 dives now on bot lane, and both didn't work out.
Yeah, that's bitter, right? You don't really want to see that happening, so maybe you need kind of a different strat. We're still 10 minutes in, and we have not seen a single dragon taken yet, for example.
Yeah, both teams definitely taking their time with getting towards those objectives. Although, like, with the bot lane pressure we see from our team here, it should definitely be the case that they have the lead onto those dragons.
Yeah, 100% agree. A bit of support versus support action, but now Ash joining.
And the arrow sidestep.
Yeah, shocks. Looking solid there. I don't know, I feel like as soon as you lock in Rockon, your like average APM just go up by 50 at least. Just
Yeah.
something to do with Rockon. Hanu Bulsen seeing this pink here. And we can see the pings onto the Grobbies on top lane, because yeah, we did get 3. And with Soap being so dominant in the side lane right now, it would be absolutely amazing to get some more. Meanwhile, Shocks though, can we find the kill?
Standing with beautiful sidesteps, it manages to get at least 1 counter
Wait
kill.
wait a sec, can we get out of there? No way we get out of there. Beautiful sidestep, slowing, till flashing forward though, getting the kill. But meanwhile on top lane, the impale on 2 people, but I don't think it will be enough there. Yeah, the turret is helping a little bit, but Soap still just walking out of there. And Tokami in the Tribush now. Svenby also on the hunt.
But this is a huge sandwich for Pandaric here.
Svenby getting out of there with the Spirit Rush, jumping back in. Wants to jump back out as well, but wanted too much. And this is just looking amazing. Again, for our friends from Pandaric side. Yes, still got some solo farm on bot lane, but we should get at least to 4 grubbies, if not, you know, all the way to the 6, and that's just great for our Gnar and for our Sylas for the 1v1 later.
Yeah, also Sunny with his huge individual play on the bot lane manages to kill the Rakan and even makes the Zeri throw in her flash to... so she is able to get him in the end.
Okay, the cow might be a bit in trouble. We do not want to give away the shutdown on the Gnar. So Squishy has to flash away. Soap could go Mega any second now, though. A little bit more. The arrow will not connect Soap. Just getting the extra HP back from the transformation because he was an angry Yordle. Now with the impale from Atomic, just getting Svenby in there. Again, the Lamb's Respite from Tokami, keeping everybody a little bit alive for a little bit longer. Shocks though, surviving, just like Svenby. Tokami also surviving. Shocks looking for the re-engage here. Tail also just jumped in. So also joining the fray again. Man, this is messy. And still no single dragon has been taken yet. And honestly, that take some dragons, man. What?
Yeah, they are listening to you. They are starting it now. Rakan also already finished his redemption.
Redemption finished indeed.
And again, that Kindred ult that they just pulled there saved all of their lives. They would have been all dead there if Kindred wouldn't have her ultimate there.
Yeah, Lamb's Respite is just an insane skill. Honestly, this is yeah, really interesting one, really unique in League of Legends. No skill quite like it, unless you're Sylas and you just hijack it and you're like, oh well, I also have one of those, by the way, from time to time. So that is really fun. Till in a bit of trouble. The clan's looking really solid. The cow now with the Unbreakable Will, just strong enough to tank those turrets. And I was like, yo, this is a level 6 Alistar at 14 minutes, but Alistar doesn't need levels. All he needs is his ult, presses R, and he's literally unkillable. That was a fully stacked turret, by the way.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. This damage reduction from Alistar is really, really insane.
Oh no, Soap to go, just surviving like that in a 1v2 against Svenby and Shocks. I'm always a bit worried because of the shutdown, right? Just keep it in mind, but yeah.
Yeah, he has his ultimate ready, I mean his secondary form. Oh, but now that's a little bit too much, maybe?
Yeah, he jumps in and he will be punished for it. Shutdown goes over to Kindred, and again, of course, that is not what we want to see, but I still think we're in a decent position. Dragons, yeah, Soul is super far away because no team ever took dragons, and we have 6 Void Grubbies, so still I think if we just look for the split push, once the TPs are back up again, we are absolutely golden.
Yes, I do think so as well. But yeah, Kindred now got quite a few shutdowns and is now just behind Soap when it comes to total gold currently. What will the next course of action be? I think Pandaric should now slowly but surely look to take the top lane tower. It is already pretty low.
Yeah, what if we have some more fights in mid lane? That also sounds like a lot of fun, and it sounds like a good call for us here. The arrow connects, no cleanse on Shocks, of course, and Soap in the side lane now, as we talked about. Svenby walking into the boomerang. Amazing stuff. You wanted the top lane turret. What if we get the mid lane turret as well? This is just looking really strong. And the Void Grubbies are also doing a lot of work here. I love
6 Grubbies. There is no way to defend this.
All the turrets, tier 1, have fallen, while all our tier 1 turrets are still more or less alive. Yeah, bot lane turret is a bit low. Shox trying to find the catch here, but Hana Bulsen in there. Lee also in there. A Lamb's Respite. Ah, Shox just got in there, super close, but will not be enough. And Soap also here to collapse onto the mid lane. Who said we will stop at the outer turrets? Why not just take one more?
One more, always one more. We need to, however, to drop Alistar here in this situation, but yeah, we get the second tier, we get the tier 2 turret on the mid lane, which makes this totally worth, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. And still, honestly, it has to be some weight off your chest if you gave up the shutdown and now you're finally on a kill, on a death as well, on Soap side. Now you can keep on playing super aggressive, no more shutdowns that should annoy you in case you die. Honestly, I really like sometimes feel like that is, as I said, you know, the weight taken off your shoulders again. Because I always hate playing with a shutdown. Always feels like you are, you know, worth double the gold if you die. If you get a 1-for-1 trade, it's never worth it. Yeah, also not worth it missing the arrow, but it has to happen eventually a few times. But Soap with the teleport, looking for the flank, for the aggressive plays that I was just talking about. Romer also looking kinda dead. Shox is already dead. The dragon has spawned, but Atomic is not done yet. Is super deep, still has a Spirit Rush available. And just looks absolutely phenomenal. The only player with not a single death so far.
Yeah. And now this game is getting out of control.
Yeah, totally. Like, I can see this game being over in 5 minutes if we play it super clean. And even if we do not play it super clean, we can still, yeah, I don't know, lose like 1 or 2 full fights and still be in an okay position. So, of course, I don't want to jinx it. But right now, we have an 8,000 gold lead, and man, have we earned it. Soap, can he survive a little bit longer? Yes, we got the dragon, which is fine. We gave away Soap in return. Honestly, there could be worse trades.
Yeah, you get the tier 2 turret on the top lane. It is quite worth. But yeah, we do now actually have objective shutdowns, and it looks like the enemy team can just get one of those. If we look at the top lane. Or does Pandaric have something against that?
Well, make it a 7.5k gold lead, but still a good lead, for sure. Baron Nashor has spawned. It's only 20 minutes in the game, by the way. Just think about it. We have seen so much action already. We literally have 1.5 kills per minute. You know,
that's huge.
Yes, this is a messy game. And always though, even if we lose a kill like the Alistar, we got a mid lane turret for it. We lost Gnar on top lane, we got a dragon for it. So stuff is
and
looking
the
good.
side lane turret as well.
Yeah, 100% true.
Oh, trying to catch Ari here. Arrow doesn't quite connect.
Nice try for sure. I just have to look at the cooldown. What will it be? Tell me. I think like 1 minute maybe?
It
Yeah,
is
cooldown.
now on 80 seconds.
Okay, a little bit more than I anticipated, you know, just throwing it out there.
Level
Yeah.
16 is the 60-second version.
Yeah, why not just build some ability haste, but of course. You probably want some
Axiom
damage.
arc.
Yeah, Axiom Arc, that is the one. Can we get something for Soap if he just dies here? Nope, we are TPing instead. Beautiful Gnar into the wall.
Ultimate.
TP coming in there. Atomic will be suppressed. Has the Lamb's Respite to just get more time out, but we are just slowly but surely getting in here. And we have to cut our losses. That was certainly a bit of miscommunication. And probably also a bit of being stressed out. Now the Unbreakable Will from the Alistar will keep him a little bit alive. You know, there's always my like you are alive, but only a little bit because yeah, you will die in just a few moments. But this time we are ready to trade something for it again. Wait, are we just threatening an end here in mid lane? Wait, this is absolutely crazy. Ahri has to somehow just clear the wave. But I love the creativity with the Hextech portals, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they already chunked the Nexus turret a little bit. Yeah, and you get the inhibitor in return. Soap a little bit off position on top lane. You couldn't also not really see how much was there really. You lost Atomic due to that. Atomic on his first death now. Yeah, and the gold gap is almost gone again.
I mean, 4K is still something, but it is certainly not too much. Now, also having the inhib that early in the game is also super interesting.
Yes. It puts a lot of pressure since dealing with super minions early into the game can be quite oppressive.
Exactly. But you have in theory more gold on the map to take, while there are super minions on every single wave. So it is kind of a gambit, right? But at the same time, in 50 seconds, the Hextech Dragon will spawn, and even then, the mid lane wave will be pushed in all the damn time because of those super minions. So again, it's a gambit. It's kind of a double-edged sword for me to take it that early, because yeah, you get the pressure, but you're also giving over, in theory at least, you're giving over a bit of gold.
Yeah. Zeri now just hit her third item on time for Dragon.
Man, Soap is just this guy is just built different. What is happening here? And we're looking for something on bot lane.
Trying to get him.
Yeah, Romer on the bot lane will have to run away. Will not get hit by the arrow. Meanwhile, Soap knows that he could be in trouble. He will just flash after the Ahri. He gets one more auto. He gets the kill, even though he is on the weak side right now. And even though the dragon is being taken just as it spawns, he gets a kill in a flash for flash trade. And that's just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's phenomenal and absolutely worth it. Oh, Ellie not quite on the spot. We could have gotten the Skarnav's catch there, actually.
That is true. That is true. A bit sad, but hey, we take what we get. Getting a bit closer to this dragon wing condition now. Romer getting suppressed. How does your own medicine taste, dear Scorpion? That is a question that we've been asking. And even though Kindred can... Wait, did the mark get taken? Yeah, the market did get taken. Just had to check that real quick. We are getting another turret here, and the gates are open on side lane as well. Now teleport coming in, and this could be a deciding fight. Nobody died just yet. The Lamb Tree Spite will make sure that it stays like that. We are slowly disengaging here. Svenby re-engaging though. Shocks jumping in. Who can be alive? Atomic dashing in with the Kingslayer, finding so much shutdown until no more bot lane, no more mid lane to tell the tale. And this could maybe be the game. It is only Tokami and Rammer
Penny worth of lifesteal, able to heal back up. Super minions coming into the mid lane, and this could be the second game.
Yeah, it has to be it, right? No way they can defend it just like that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Atomic still with the Lamb's Respite ready.
Yeah, just using it for the classic, nobody dies, but the turret does in the Lamb's Respite. And yes, Pandaric can bleed, but they still brought it back and ended it in a 1-for-1 today. And I don't know, you tell me, are you happy with that result?
Yeah, like, but by the first game and how the first game went, credits, as you said, where credits due. They played very well as well, and I think a 1-for-1 is totally fine.
Yeah, 100%. That means we are 5-1 in the split right now, and that is still an absolutely insane score, you know, to casually go through the first 3 game days and only have a single best of 1 loss. That is really, really solid. So yeah, I'd say I'm super happy. What was the one thing that you think will stick in your mind from today's games?
Oh, that's actually hard to say. I think in the second game, I think soap was really like a decisive factor for the game. Though in the first game, like Atomic held us into the game like so well. Also mechanically in the second game, Senny on his Ashe was quite amazing. Like when he played this 2 versus 1 on the bot lane where he just digested so much time from that Zeri and even got the kill on the Rakan. Yeah, it's hard for me to pick one player or one thing that really sticks to my mind for today, but I think it has to be solved from his dominance in the second game.
Oh yeah, 100% have to agree. Yeah, the Gnar was just an absolute highlight, but of course also the teamwork made the dream work. So again, GG's to both parties. I hope everybody in chat, thank you so much for watching. Warlicks, I haven't read that, by the way. Nobody has ever read that. And yeah, again, I hope you all have a great evening. That's it for us today. Be sure to check out the Discord and everything to not miss any games, any streams, because it's always a blast having you here. We'll see you for the next ones. Until then, have a good one, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear, driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun, feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear, like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun, running, no, hold on, don't let go. Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm